Okay, kids, we are ready to start looking at the Goliath, I believe it is called. A512 Goliath, Wolves ship. This is the last ship in the shipyard that I have found. This is the biggest ship in the shipyard. And yeah, I've been at this now for the better part of the full day. Again, I am the only person on the server at the time. Wolves have been away from the server for so long that all offline protections have gone off, all ships have stopped functioning, all things are turned off, and I have landed on their planet 3 days ago, and well, 3 days ago as of this recording, and established a fully functional base, and am, according to the rules of the server, engaged in a hostile invasion of their planet. I know the biggest concern I have is that somebody would consider this to be griefing. I mean, you're coming around blowing up their stuff, but quite literally, honestly, none of the stuff is active. These are all technically derelict. So I'm simply scavenging derelict ships from players who are inactive. So I'm going to have a look inside this Goliath and see if we get lucky and find the core, or anything else for that matter. And we'll loot anything we can. If I don't find the core and I can't disable this ship completely, then what I will probably do is actually strip all the guns off of it like I have with the other ones. Simply violently remove all weaponry from it and leave it floating in space as an empty hull. Well, it's not empty hull, but I've looted it, destroyed fuel tanks and that kind of thing. And that's probably what I'll do with this one. If I can find the core, if I accidentally stumble into it, something like that, great, awesome, fabulous. Thank you, designer, for leaving it someplace that's accessible and not ridiculously hard to get at. That being said, blasting through combat steel is almost impossible with anything short of capital ship weapons. So, I mean, if I spot the core, I figure out where it is, and I decide I'm going to punch a hole at it, I'm going to have to sit there and get a bead on it and shoot it with the blue meanie. So, that being said, we are going to enter the Goliath and have our way with her. That sounds almost sexual. Sorry about that. Didn't mean it to come out that way, but I know. That's what she said. Okay, kids. Yes, this is what happens when I have been gaming for 10 or 12 hours solid without a proper break. I had hoped to have additional support from some of the other factions, although to this point nobody that I have talked to in the other factions has actually shown any interest in joining in on attacking the wolves, which is kind of weird because, I mean, so many people have said that the wolves are, you know, they think this would be the most awesome thing that they could do and that kind of stuff. A lot of people saying that would be a great idea, but not a lot of people joining in on it. It's not exactly you know, not exactly sounding like a great idea that way. I guess I can go up this ladder. By the way, I absolutely detest these elevators. Mainly because usually I'm flying around in jetpack. Okay, so we've got the center courtyard. This is definitely a very unfinished ship. I'm going to turn my night vision off and get my regular goggle vision on. So we should be heading towards the back half of the ship. Oh my goodness, it is completely void. Are you serious? This isn't even a full layer thick armor. They've got a warp core, they've got a gravity generator, they've got power on the ship, obviously. So there's obviously some kind of a power center. I'm guessing it's done in mirror mode, simply because of the way the doors are placed and that sort of thing. So I'm going to keep working my way towards the forward here and see maybe if we find the core that way. I don't know. By the way, air vents are not airtight. The air vent blocks, the armored vent blocks, and they take a heck of a lot more to shoot through than a floor grate. If you want to try to make it so people can't get around on your ship, that would be a suggestion to take into consideration. If you're going to use oxygen tanks. Now there's all the fuel, the generator, the core. Holy smokes. Well, thank you very much, person who made this Goliath ship. It appears to be moving. It's moving on its own after I blew up the core. That's disheartening. Let's see if we can get out of this ship before it falls to Earth. All those windows are closed. Help me, I'm falling. It's caught in some kind of a gravity well or propulsion field or something. I'm not sure what's going on. But it's literally drifting. Oh my goodness. Hitting small moving targets or hitting small openings in the wall is hard enough. Hitting small openings in the wall when the whole thing is moving is much, much harder. Come on. Yes, we did it. Woo! Okay, now for the hated thing, the elevator of doom. Get in the elevator. In. Down, 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 down. Oh, I think I made it. Please tell me I made it through the elevator. And off the ship. Wow, okay, where's the where you going? We were having fun. Just to give you an idea, I was parked right next to it with the Blue Meanie. And it's drifting away. It's literally flying away. Okay. That is peculiar. I know in all of those ships and things that I picked up, I have a whole whack of cores. I'm really tempted to throw my own core on the damn thing just to get it back under control. So So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to find a core and throw it on there. So give me a few seconds to look for a core and then catch that ship as it flies itself away. I was thinking of actually, oops, I saw one. Thinking of actually flying one of these ships down to the planet and just letting the planet base waste ammo on it. So I'm going to get onto the Blue Meanie here. I can't believe that thing's just drifting. It's just giving her. I've never seen that happen before. Jump on. Like, she's already cleared the dockyard here and is moving at quite the clip. Okay, I'm at 0 speed here. You can watch this thing literally coming towards me. We'll square down and just let it come in. Like, that's... I'm not moving forward, trust me. Like, you can see my speed. My ship is not moving. I'm going to see if I can bump into it and slow it down here. Oh, that is so funny. I think I stopped it. I could push this to the planet. If I was mean, I could push this right to the planet and just have fun with that. Because you never lift this thing off, and who knows where it would land. That's funny. It just drifted away. We were pushing the Goliath around with the Blue Meanie. Okay, and this is what happens when I spend too much time gaming in one day. Alright, let's jump out of here. It's still drifting. Okay, we're gonna do is we're gonna just throw a core on here. Oh, I love it when it does that. Okay, do we actually have a cockpit on this thing? But imagine we do. Okay, let's have a look at it. Since I've gone through the hassle, I have 3 up thrusters, 20 back thrusters, 2 reverse thrusters. Or no, I guess that's 2 right and no left. 12 down and 8 forward. 24 turrets. Mostly miniguns, I take it? Yeah, lots of minigun turrets. Main. Oh, got a whole load of minigun ammo. Turn on thrusters. There we go. So it's too bad you can't dock CVs to CVs. I mean, that would be fun. Okay, I'm moving down. This ship has no... Wow. Okay, for people who are interested, I mean, I'm assuming that completed this ship would be a monstrous behemoth. This was the kind of reactions that Wolf wanted with this size of ship for flight. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to feed my guy here and we'll strip and loot. I suppose there's fridges on this floating barge, is there? Fridge. You got food? Oh, of course not. There we go. I want out. I don't want to look for an exit. Interesting design. I'll say that. Very, very slow moving ship. That would be interesting to see what it actually performs like when it's when it was completed. If it would ever actually would have been completed, I would have loved to have seen something like that in combat. Because I mean, the speed that it would move at, so painfully slow, would have made it almost impossible to use as a primary capital vessel. Like, this was designed as a fighter craft. The only reason it was a capital vessel fighter craft was because I needed a warp core. You cannot make a fighter patrol vessel using small vessels. I mean, if they give us a small vessel warp capabilities, either through a warp gate or a portal or anything like that, that'd be a different story. But I seriously dislike elevators. Okay, let's see if we can find anything of interest on the Goliath. Well, I'll start out with the usuals, I guess. 55,000 fuel, take it all. Oxygen, take it all. Lights, please. Thank you. Although I'm going to hate life as soon as I click away from this. I forgot. Here goes kaboom. Ah! Oh, wait, I can do this. It's like trying to catch Pokemon. You only have so long before they despawn. And it's like, can you catch them all? Or not only can you catch them all, but can you catch the good ones? Because some of this stuff is just junk. It's like, oh yeah, rock dust. How much rock dust do you want? I probably got 50 cartfuls of it by now, I'm sure. I know when I was doing the excavation on the underground portion of the base that I built on the planet there, I had 2 cargo harvest boxes, the large harvest boxes for the hover vessel on there, and both of them were full to the point where they couldn't take any more. I completely emptied out like 2 or 3 inventories out of them, threw it all in the garbage, and filled them both back up again. It's revolting. I do wish they would incorporate the ability to auto-craft things and to auto-eject things. That would be really handy. So if I'm running a harvester, for example, and I know I want concrete, for example, and I'm just out digging stone, I can tell it to literally take all the stone and make right into concrete blocks, and then I can just literally just go and harvest and have fun and pack it all into concrete blocks. Look at that, all these pretty ores. Okay, we'll go throw this stuff into the blue meanie here, and then we will come back for another load. Anybody remember where we parked? You know, you think it's a big ship. I mean, on the surface, it looks huge. When you're sitting here in space, you're like, I know I had a CV here. Okay, it's just an asteroid rock. Okay, I know I had a CV here. Need like a homing beacon on these things. There it is. I found you. Hooray. I was so worried. And again, somebody explained to me why the wolves absolutely love cobalt and sathium. Is it because they don't know how to salvage POIs for combat steel? Is that what the trick is? I mean, for me, almost 100% of my steel comes from looting POIs. If they didn't make POIs out of combat steel, then I would probably loot other things from other places. Guessing these were just used as decorations. Yes. Okay. Boxes of fun. Wow. Oh man, I could have used that TNT long ago. Oh man. Again with the spoiled food. Oh, the last 2 ships I did, we could have used that TNT on. Oh well. Too little, too late. The Behemoth here is the last ship in the shipyard to assault, take apart, disassemble, do whatever to. Now, I don't know. I mean, it's still got a little bit of drift to it. And once I pop the core off on it, it might start drifting again. Who knows? And if it does, you know, maybe we'll get lucky and drift it into the planet or drift it into the moon or something. But, well, we'll see. Maybe I'll try to nudge it, see if it'll fall to the moon. That would be kind of fun. Or fall to the planet. And it's like, here's your shipwreck on planet Fenris. Somewhere on the planet is your fallen, destroyed, decapitated derelict that has crashed into the planet. You know what, let's do that. Let's see if we can actually make this thing crash into the planet. So that's what I'm going to do to end this episode today. I'm going to take a bit of time here. I'm going to zap this ship up, take some of the gear and the stuff off. It's just going to be me hauling loot out for the next little bit, because you saw what was left on this ship. There really wasn't anything on here. It's a giant empty husk. I'm going to zap it and engines and anything else that's on here. And then, yeah, we'll push this into the planet. So don't go away, kids. I'll be right back. All right, kids, we are done in space. That's correct. I have loaded the Blue Meanie with as much stuff as I can carry from the Goliath. You see that little tiny, I don't know what you'd call that, little SV sitting on the side of it here. There's that, and there was another one in one of these hangars here that I inadvertently stumbled into and completely pillaged. So thank you for the creator of the Goliath for all of the good loot that you gave me, helped me out with. That'll go a long way to ridding the galaxy of the scourge of some of these hostile entities, like, you know, the Wolves faction. So I have so much junk from this space station loot. If there's any pirate watching, I suggest right now click the like button and turn away, because you are going to cry. I got this all loot from this today. Every one of these cargo boxes is packed, most of them with stacks of stuff. A lot of random junk, but stacks and stacks and stacks of stuff, ammo and ingots and parts and components and whatnot. Now these on the other side are not. I started at this end with these 6, and I kept working my way down, so it was this one and the one underneath, that, and that one, and I believe that one, and that one was my last one. So there we go, loaded up to there. That includes the that includes also the cargo boxes inside. I have 3 cargo boxes inside the ship, all of which were completely empty before I started, with the exception of just a few guns. I did gain a handful of epic weapons, including a couple of snipers, lasers, and rockets, as well as I think another pistol. A couple of pieces of heavy armor, although I already have a dozen of them. I don't know if I need any more. And some miscellaneous other stuff. But tons of junk. So since I am no longer worried about having enough warp fuel to travel back and forth once or twice, yeah, my fuel tanks are filled and my fuel storage that I normally have on this ship is filled. I'm going to actually take the Blue Meanie here and hack all these stupid chests off of it and dump them into the appropriate receptacle back at my base. When I return tomorrow, next episode, I am going to bring the turtle here and, believe it or not, land the turtle, and if my calculations are correct, the turtle should very nicely snug right into that landing or that loading bay on the base on the planet. That would then be 3 full days that the base has been on the planet, and I have yet to see a wolf, any member of the Wolves faction, come on. By the way, in case you're wondering why I find this so amusing, I am a faction of 1. Thor and Raleigh, simply, they were on here for 1 day to help me do the turtle, and that's the only reason they're still listed in the faction. The Wolves, 21. Okay? Just keep that in mind. 21 wolves. Now, some people, like Dreamweaver, haven't played since the first week. I know that because, whatever reason, he quit, which really sucks because I would have loved to have him join my faction. Really would have been nice to have a couple of people who play on a consistent and regular basis who both understand each other and who comprehend the idea of working as a team. But hey, no problem. Alpha Marine, I believe he is an actual Marine and he may be in deployment. Big Feet was playing fairly consistently, but I think he got bored because he built his thing that he was going to build and there was nobody to do anything with. Most of these names I haven't seen. Lord Jericho is building some monstrosity on the planet, and because the very first day I joined, Lord Jericho's initiation is to shoot me in the back, and he tried to shoot me in the back, and I proceeded to return the favor by shooting him in the head with a minigun. Lord Jericho has never been one of my favorites. I'm sorry to say, if you're listening or watching, Lord Jericho, yes, I still remember that. Yes, I am going to make you pay. I am going to make you pay by blowing your ship completely up. So there we have it, kids. This is now, by the time this video airs, it will be, oh geez, I now have recorded 3 videos from today. Video before that, and I was 2 days ahead start, so this will be 5 days past when this video was recorded, when it should actually come out. 5 or 6 days, so it'll be sometime next week that this video shows. So unfortunately, by the time you have seen this video to understand what has happened to all your prize collections of blocks, yeah, it's way too late. If I have pissed you off and you want your blocks back, the whole point of this game is to struggle and survive, collect, build. You start out with a level 1 pistol and a couple of random bits on a planet, and you build from scratch. I mean, I'm being nice. I'm leaving this monstrosity intact. By the way, the Blue Meanie couldn't push it faster than 0.01 meters per second. And I figured it's going to take me about 3 days to push that thing to the planet. So I don't know how it was traveling so quickly, but it was. So yeah, I'm not pushing it to the planet. Also, I left this started CV intact. I have left the base intact, except I have completely looted everything I could find on the base, although I probably left whole sections because whoever started building this base, I want to destroy the core so I could blow your base or take your base apart without violence. But in order to find the core on this base, I would have to completely obliterate this base. And honestly, it is incredible work of craftsmanship that I love to see with builds. This ship here, I was not able to find a core, although I did strip all the weapons off of it, so it has nothing on it now. This ship here, I was not able to find a core, but I also did the same. I stripped the weapons off of it. That ship, I found the core fairly easily. These little small vessels and whatnot that are flying around on here, also no problems with the core. There's one SV here. It was like a shuttle of some kind. It was parked right by the door. That thing there, I could not find the core on that. If there is a core on there, I got to the point where I just I took a couple shots at it with the blue meanie and couldn't find it, and I said, no, I'm not going to keep blowing it up because all I'm doing is destroying everything. That one there, the core was very easy to find, and so was that little ship there. Both of them were minor inconveniences. There's another little ship here on the dock that I can't remember. That was very long time ago. I've been at this now for about 10-12 hours. My brain is complete mush. So there we have it, kids. That is the Wolf's orbital station and ships and shipyard pillaged, looted, destroyed, and yeah, I've had fun with it. Had a blast, so to speak. There we go. And I'm going to say thanks all for watching. Next episode we will start. I will bring the turtle to this planet, and we will start working on building a small vessel for wiping out the wolves' base defense turrets. There's just way too many turrets to try to attack with the turtle itself. Not that I don't think I could probably give them a run for the money, but seriously, base turrets against hover vessel turrets that have firing issues is not a contest. The base turrets will obliterate me quite thoroughly, especially since there's so many base turrets that I actually lag when I fly through the area. I lag out to the point where I start getting jitters. So yeah, that's the next thing to happen. So thanks all for watching, kids, and good night for now.